Hey guys, today I have a story for you guys about me being in the yearbook for cubing. So this happened freshman year in high school. The way this happened was for every class in my school, freshmen, sophomore, junior, and seniors, they pick 5 or so people that have something special that they'd like to share with everybody, and then they dedicate an entire page for them, and I happen to be one of them that they pick. So the way they find these people is they actually go through the entire list of the 500 or so students from those classes, and they ask the people in the yearbook class if they know anything interesting about them. Now, the yearbook teacher was actually my English teacher that year who knew I could solve cubes, and there was somebody in the yearbook class who also knew about it, and when they came upon my name, they both of them knew that, and they thought that'd be a great thing to put into the yearbook. So they selected me as a potential person to be in the yearbook, and then I get this note in the middle of another class, and it didn't look like one of those normal notes you get if you have to go somewhere, but it said my classroom on it, and I knew that was my English classroom, and it said yearbook on it, and I was thinking, I wonder what this is for. Well, actually, I kind of had an idea of what it might be for. I didn't exactly know for sure how it was going to go, but I thought it had something to do with cubing. Now, my teacher in that class didn't let me go right away, so I had to go at the end of the period, and by then it was lunch, and I met up with my English teacher at lunch because I happened to find her and asked her if she knew what that was for, and she explained it to me. So she said she wanted to interview me during English later that day because I had her next period, and that's what we did. So she basically asked me a bunch of questions about cubing, like how long I've been doing it, how fast I can do it, basically a lot of stuff to put into the yearbook. So here's what actually made it to the yearbook. So it talked about how the Rubik's Cube has 43 quintillion possible combinations, and I've mastered it, because I can find the one solution that's solved. And it says I learned how to solve it since I was 7, and I got into it when I was 12. It then says that my fastest time is 7.52 seconds, which was 2 seconds off the current world record at the time. Now, that obviously changed before the yearbook actually came out, and you guys all know that that's definitely not my PB, because I've gotten a faster official time than that. It then talks about how I spend 2 hours solving the cube every single day, and I'm trying to practice and learn new things to get faster. And then it talks about how I have over 100 cubes that I continue to buy online. It then talks about the different types I have, specifically examples, like it says I have like a pyramid, have a 7x7, just other cubes like that. It'll then say how I attended Worlds in Las Vegas in 2013 and US Nationals 2014 in New Jersey, and it will talk about how I compete in competitions to get the fastest time. It then basically talks about how I get faster, like how I learn new algorithms, sometimes I make up my own, and basically talks about how I improve. Like, I started at 40 to 50 seconds and got to 25 in 2 months. And it says, lastly, that I am trying to get faster and I wish to become the best at it. So that's basically what the text said, because basically the page I have is a picture of me holding the cube out with some text that basically talks about it. Now, the picture for it, like I said, was me holding out the cube, and my face got a bit blurred, but I could tell it was me, you couldn't get that confused very easily. But I was holding it out because it was focusing in on the cube, and that's what they took the picture as. They actually did a few different ones. They took several of me because they didn't quite know which one they liked, but this is the one they ended up choosing. Now, the title for this is my name, Speedcuber, so it says Paul Mavi Speedcuber. So that's the title of this. All the other ones that were picked for this basically have the person's name and whatever it is special about them that they're writing about. Now, when the yearbook came out, people were like amazed when they saw this. This is how a lot of people found out about this, and this is kind of the reason why a lot of people in my school know about it, because of this, but also because of a few other things. Now, I had previously told a few people that I was getting this spot in the yearbook because, I just told them. So I go into school that day, the day it came out, and people are like congratulating me for getting into it. Some people already knew I was into cubing, they're congratulating me for actually getting into the yearbook about it. And then people just couldn't stop talking about it in my later classes that day. Pretty much every class I went to, people would come up to me and talk to me about it. It was crazy. And some of my teachers also found out about this because of the yearbook, because they saw the page and when they're going through the section. So the way this is laid out is if you go through the freshman section, on the sides, every 2 pages or so, there will be one of those people that made it in there for the special things. And so mine was basically in a spot where if you were a freshman, you're going through the section, you're pretty much guaranteed to see it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've ever gotten into the yearbook for cubing. And by the way, this was actually not the first time I got into the yearbook for cubing. A small picture made into my middle school yearbook for cubing, like a picture of me at a competition, but it wasn't as noticeable as this one. So if you guys ever got into the yearbook, let me know below. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video.